This week, McLaren almost goes bankrupt, Maserati launches their brand new website, and BMW reveals why their cars are so ugly. McLaren might go bankrupt. They just reported a loss of $247 million for the first 9 months of this year. Last year it was $87 million. That's almost 3 times the money that they are hemorrhaging out their butts. This company, I do not want to see go bankrupt, but it might. You know, I really don't want to see this happen to McLaren. I love McLaren, I love Aston Martin, but these companies just cannot make a profit for the life of them. Really, it's so bad now that McLaren is selling heritage vehicles to fix problems with the McLaren Artura, which was launched 2 years ago. No one's got a customer car. Might look like the 765 LT was the last production McLaren will get mass produced. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they get bailed out, but they just got $120 million investment, which is not going to be enough to save them. Are they going to get bought out by Porsche? Porsche is looking to enter F1. That could happen. If not, will McLaren Auto survive? We don't know. Why people still buy Chryslers, I don't understand. More than 60,000 Jeep Wrangler 4xe hybrids could shut down at random. Basically every production Jeep 4xe hybrid could at any point lose all power. Jeep has already reported 2 accidents due to this and over 60 road incidents. Jeep has also said that they're not going to have any updates or warnings come out until January 2023, which is a month away. Don't get me wrong, I like Chrysler. They own Ferrari, Stellantis, but the vehicles that Chrysler themselves make are absolute garbage. How anyone can drive a vehicle that has a transmission control module, hybrid control processor, and auxiliary hybrid control processor fault, I just, why anyone still buys a Chrysler, let alone if it's an electric Chrysler with hybrid batteries? That is already a nightmare. So if you have one of these, be careful when you drive it. Massive news from Lexus. They've just confirmed that electric cars will have manual transmissions. Don't have a clue how this is going to work, but I'm so glad that they've actually confirmed this. This isn't a rumor. This isn't maybe. They are saying that they will put manuals in electric cars. Obviously, electric cars may not be the future. We will have to see. Only time will tell. But they're going to put it in the LFA successor, which right now is supposed to be electric. So I think it looks amazing. Obviously, it's probably not going to look anything like this because we learned from Toyota that concepts don't really look like the production car with the Supra. Keeping on the topic of design, Mercedes just released the new S63 AMG. It is a hybrid. It's got a twin-turbo V8 still, but it's got an electric motors which are helping increase the horsepower to 791 horsepower and over 1,000 pound-foot of torque, which is the most they've ever put in a Mercedes S-Class. One thing about this car I don't like is on the front grille, they put the Mercedes badge right in the middle, and I just don't think that looks anywhere near as good as the old S-Class, as you can see here. The other thing I don't like is the touchscreens. This car has too many touchscreens, which are going to outdate so fast. But the ambient lighting and the steering wheel look amazing. Overall, the car is fantastic. I've been waiting for this car for a year. I can't afford to buy one, but if I was a rich businessman, I would, because it's far better value for money than a Rolls-Royce Ghost or a Bentley Continental or anything like that. You know, it's half the price at around 160,000 MSRP. Probably can go all the way up to 250K. That's still $100,000 less than your Bentley and Rolls. Massive news in the car community. Maserati just updated their website. I don't know what I would have done if this hadn't happened. Thank goodness. Now 2023, their website has full updated models, the MC20, the car I forgot about that they even make, the SUV, I don't even remember the name, and the new Gran Turismo. But the website is updated. They said it is a little bit slow, just like their cars, but you're going to be able to shop around and see what the interest rates you're going to get. And you're going to be able to see firsthand the depreciation calculator that tells you how much money you're going to lose every minute while you own your Maserati. If you're into self-driving cars, some really bad news this month. Audi's Project Artemis could be scrapped by the end of the month. This comes after Argo AI, backed by Ford and Volkswagen, was shut down. Volkswagen's still planning on making self-driving cars, but it might be in the next 10 years, later half of the decade. This is also with Tesla under criminal investigation for their self-driving software. However, GM is the one company that's still massively trying to push self-driving vehicles with their Bolt EV self-driving taxis. But I know I for sure would not want to die in an EV anonymous driving taxi. That sounds like the worst possible way I could die. Daily Driven Exotics, one of the biggest exotic car channels on YouTube, was recently rear-ended by a Dodge Challenger in their 720 GTR 1-of-1 custom car they built. Took a year to build this engine after it blew up. Now they got rear-ended. Absolutely tragic. Imagine building a car for a year, spending $100,000 on the engine and build just to get rear-ended literally a few weeks after it's completed. This is such a tragedy. They're hoping the car can be rebuilt. I don't know, to be honest. It looks pretty bad, and I don't know what damages the engine had. But we'll see what happens. More YouTuber news. Stradman, his C8 Z06, which he paid an astronomical amount over MSRP for, recently just dumped all of its transmission fluid on his floor. He had to put it on wheel dollies and roll it out to get it fixed. Really not what we want to see from a brand new top-of-the-line GM product, but it is what it is. You know, car still sounds amazing, and let's hope we can get it back and running soon. BMW been getting massive hate in the last 2 years for their recent designs, including the XM specifically. I've seen every 40-year-old car enthusiast on the internet hate on this vehicle, and I get it. If you're older and you're used to the E39 BMWs, and if you're used to the retro BMWs, then yeah, it's gonna look ugly. But the reason BMWs are doing this is to appeal to the younger audience, which is me. And I actually really like the new XM, the new G82 M4. The massive grills are so cool in my opinion. I'm a 19-year-old, so I'm the next generation of buyers for BMW. My friends, some of them, the rich kids, have already got M3s and M4s. I don't, but I would buy one if I could. I mean, I think they look amazing, especially the XM. That is such a cool car. But I have not seen a single person over the age of 30 that hasn't said it's the most hideous thing they've ever seen. I think they're wrong though. BMW, keep doing what you're doing. Young people like me actually like it. The iX though is an absolutely horrible piece of design. Don't ever make anything like that again, please. Thank you. Tune in every Monday and Thursday to see McLaren finally make a tractor.
We've been waiting for that one. The tractor, the McLaren
Probably
tractor.
gonna be their best-selling vehicle yet.